How's it going, everyone? We return once again to Civilization 5 and our Hunnic Empire. And once again, we are on tops in literacy and approval and population. We're in third for gold. We're in fourth for manufacturing and crop yields. Our army has grown quite significantly from the beginning of last time as we prepare for another conquest. And just, bringing everyone up to date. So we're up to fourth in the military. We're fourth in land. Because we're large, but we're not that large. It's a manageably large. And today, we're going to see growth in some cities. We're going to see the production of units and buildings. And in 55 turns, we should begin work on our world something or other. What's it called? The World's Fair. Yeah, we're going to do World Trade Fair. And we're going to aim to be 100%. And hello. Sorry, the cat's here. She's making noise. Hi. Not now. Yes, we should see the World's Fair come into place, and then we'll be working towards that. We will get the free social policy, the 500 points towards the Golden Age, and attempt to get the culture increase by swapping everyone from whatever they're doing to producing for the World's Fair. Absolutely everyone. Now, this is interesting. Mongolian privateers. Now I'm in the situation where, with Montezuma, I was kind of expecting a counterattack, and it never happened. If I go to attack Mongolia to free the city-states and civilizations crushed under the thumb of Mongolia, there's a good chance that I could deal with an assault on the mainland to my primary empire. And that wouldn't necessarily be all that much fun for me. I mean, I've got some pretty defensible cities, more so than they have in many cases. But I'm not planning on leaving a lot of stuff behind. Dila wants to make a factory. Everybody wants to make a factory. Factory. More factories. Who else wants to make a factory? You want to make a factory. It'll probably take you too long to make a factory, but make a factory! And you're 2 turns from collecting the coal here, because our current coal production is thanks to Geneva, who happen to have coal just lying around. I thought I saw... Yes, what do we have here? Austrian Hussars. Oh, I thought there was some sort of artistic unit because it looked like a paintbrush. Whoops! That's probably culturally inappropriate. Offensive? Probably not offensive, but possibly inappropriate. If we look at the World Congress, we should be, yes, we are in a strong second position here with 6 over the 5 and 4 of other nations, but well behind the 12 delegates of Greece. Well behind the 12 delegates of Greece. Which is a bit of a shame. But Greece happened to be on a large landmass, many city-states, and apparently spent all his money on maintaining those relationships. No, that's okay. I don't want that. I believe we have public schools in just about every city. Or every city. I think, yeah, we must have public schools in every city, so we're getting some good science. It's January 1938, turn 1014. Anything interesting happening this turn? No? We're just a couple turns away from that. And very soon we'll have some coal. We'll have some coal available. Some locally sourced coal. There we go. Instead of our imported coal. And you guys are 6 turns out from having access to that. This is all good stuff. And we've got a great engineer, so when we unlock a new wonder that we want to build, way up here in the tech tree, although we're still quite a ways away from the end of the tech tree. Potentially... No, none of your wonders. The Louvre. Great free artist appears near the city, and it contains 4 slots for great works of art. That is a potential construction project. That's the most likely one. That'll be the first one we get to of the upcoming world wonders. That's what the engineers are good for. They're good for doing that stuff. And we're going to get another one here before too long here at 4,500 for a great engineer. I'm guessing we need 3,600 for great profit. Yeah, but I want to save it for an engineer. I want the engineers. We weren't big in the wonders game at the start, but we're ready for it now. Alright, so this is going to be stationed in Attila's court, where we have plains, farm, I guess, does that count as rough terrain? I don't know, it seems pretty soft and squishy all around here with the one bit of forest. So we'll go for double accuracy, and March would be not bad. Yeah, heal every turn. And we'll put you on alert here. Do we? Yeah, we have one over here. You didn't get... We gave him one of each first. Ah, that's what I did wrong. Alright, Attila's court. What do we want to build here? Factory. Yes. Get that factory down. So we got 3 factories going. We'll be done in 19 turns. We'll have those 3 done, and we'll get our first ideology. Hopefully we'll be the first one to do that, and we'll get the free stuff for that. For being the first one. I like getting the free stuff for being first to this and that. So that'll be good. Furs for cotton. Yes, keep that going. I don't mind having some fur lying around. We check on the resources. Well, we can have the strategic out. That's fine. Lot of iron. And we have 2 sources of gold from city-states, which is fine. I don't think we can trade that, but it's a thing we have access to. And you can work on the military academy, because, I mean, you'll get a factory eventually, but it's not that big of a rush at the moment. There's other things that you can be working on. And you can just sleep. There's no rush. No rush for you. Just want to get these 3 factories down as fast as possible. The first 3. Ha! No. No, I'm not just going to give you 1,700 gold. Who knows what you'd do with that? Probably try and take back some of your empire, because it looks like you're losing some of it. But I will come and resurrect you should you be killed. It's what I do. So... things are okay. Leventa doesn't really have much of a military, but I suppose they haven't needed one. Hong Kong's only got a military because we gave it to them. Yeah, we gave them the crossbow, we gave them the knight, we gave them a musketman who they upgraded to a rifleman. And we gave Stockholm an army to begin with as well. Just to get things going. St. Polton. Guess you're working on a factory. I ain't got nothing better to do. Zanzibar's canceled a quest they'd previously given you. Which one was it? I don't know, but they still want citrus. You guys are getting close. You getting close. If those do count, and I think they will, then we won't need any foreign coal. And we don't have to worry about someone sniping Geneva in order to make us weak. So... there's some more deer over there. New Sarai's doing alright. Doing better than, say, Polton. Growing a lot faster, too. And we have a cargo ship in Aberdeen. And it is... Aberdeen, Vienna. The best option we have. St. Polton to Sparta now is a potential moneymaker. Although currently, yes, we can't trade with... we trade Aberdeen to Stockholm. You know what? I would almost rather trade with Stockholm than with Vienna. Be quite a... oh, we'd be getting science from them, though. Like, I want to help out Sweden as much as I can, considering that they were eliminated from the game, and I literally brought them back from the dead. And that does show up here if you hover over them. You've restored the civilization after they were annihilated. So that's cool. I don't know if that gives me some sort of special perk from them, like they'll vote for me or whatever, but that's a situation. There's something else that I just noticed that I wanted to comment on. Well, I can't remember. Oh, I have noticed he didn't show up last time, because apparently... Oh. No friendly status. But yeah, apparently you have to reload the save before they show up in the tree here. So there's Gustavus Adolphus at the bottom. He would have been above Brazil had Brazil stuck around. But we all know how that ended up. Even the little marker for where the city was is gone now. Lots of coal there. Ooh. That's not bad. And Siam are allies. Declaration of friendship with Poland has expired. Well, I'm not too chuffed about that. And you are about to finish that mine. Good stuff. Good stuff. And yes, that did count. That did count towards a coal, even though it doesn't actually fit within any given city. It's outside of any city region, but it's part of the nation and it's part of our trade network, so it's fine. Like, I'm sure this iron counts and this stone counts. So that's all good. We're working on dynamite to get us artillery, which has the longest range of any weapon currently available until we, research better weapons. It's July 1941. And we've got all of the military units that we want to have. But we're just prepping some buildings. Austria and Poland have made a declaration of friendship. Good for them. That's nice. Oh, and I do want to make a couple of privateers that for the time being will sit outside of Poland and Recife. Reich? Rek? I'm going to go back to calling it Rek. Rek's probably not good, but Recife is probably close to how you'd pronounce that, but yeah. I don't know where the name Dila comes from. No idea. Yeah, no. Just another turn, another dollar. Ooh. You want to be friends? I made a declaration of friendship with one of their enemies. Oh, that's Poland, right? No, not Poland. You're Poland. We're gonna chill for a minute because you don't like Sweden and we like Sweden. So, yeah, you're getting some more food than before. Not as much as other places because there was that fertilizer technology improved. Yeah, so this doesn't have access to fresh water, but it's still producing 4 food because of that particular improvement. But these ones all have access to water, so they didn't get an improvement from it. But these guys improved a bit. It's all good. It's all good. Were you trading with Vienna? No, you were trading with Stockholm. Yes, keep trading with Stockholm, regardless of where it sits in my pecking order. I want to keep trading with Stockholm. I like that. And you want to trade with Sparta? No, Vienna. You're one of the Vienna runs. Many runs to Vienna. Many runs to Vienna. But we're doing all right. We're a ways away from getting another golden age, but we're making good progress. We're making progress. We only got 4 great works of art. How are we doing on the old great people progress? Ah, good. Good. We're making some progress on some great people here. Teotihuacan's been conquered. Well, you're being a dick, aren't you? Like, oh, we could try to capture one of these smaller cities. I guess that is no, that's a small city now because it's been pillaged. It was the largest city, but it was the capital, so they said, let's take that one. I bet they go for Tlatelolco. Ah. Your disagreements with Montezuma have become too much to bear. This is a situation they can only be resolved on the battlefield. They're about to be wiped out, so I'm not going to worry too much about it. I'm sorry to cause this divide between us, Gustavus Adolphus. I mean, you mean a lot to me. I resurrected you. You know, you like, I don't know how to describe our relationship besides that of necromancer and zombie slave, which is obviously not what's going on. What's going on with Cape Town? Oh, we were only friends. Whatever. Cargo ship. Vienna. Oh, Vienna just gets better and better. Yeah, now we can trade with Tijuana again because it's now Ethiopian. You're back, so you can relax and heal up for a second. And, oh, beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful income. And we're getting 28 from religion. That's enough to cover our tile improvement, so that's nice. Then we have 200 and some for building and unit maintenance, and we're earning over 300 in terms of just production. It's from cities and internal trade routes and good stuff. It's all good stuff, and you can just chill here. Just chill. Yep, doing pretty good. So the question then is, do I want to build an invasion force to deal with Mongolia and leave these guys behind as a defensive force? And would I be better off leaving Gatling guns as a defensive force? And just leaving these 2 Gatling guns? And taking everyone else with me? Because they have a limited range. They basically need to be in the same spot as everybody else in order to attack. They're a much better defensive unit. Automatic faith purchase. A great engineer. Cool. You can just hang out there. For now, I don't think there's anything anybody can build in terms... Yeah, no, it's just buildings. You're almost done the arsenal. Then you'll build a factory as well. We finally claimed that piece of territory. Good stuff. Sorry, Zanzibar, but you know, that's mine. It's mine now. Being blockaded by an enemy. So they haven't given up on it. You've decided to puppet the city. Which basically makes it a city-state that is permanently yours and doesn't get a vote on council or anything like that. So it's like a city-state, but worse. You don't have any control over it. It, you know, barely participates as a part of your nation. Your people aren't too fussed about it being a puppet state. If you try to annex it, people get a little bit angrier until it's settled. Like once you've got a courthouse and everything and you've got it under control, then everyone's like, okay, no, it's fine. That's just that country that doesn't make any sense in terms of like culture or name or anything. But, you know, Hanoi has declared war on a couple people because Siam is now allied with Hanoi. Oh, and I'm losing Hong Kong. No, we can't have that. We must keep Hong Kong. We must keep Hong Kong. But first, what to do here? Well, I was thinking about doing a settler, but I don't know. It's not really necessary. It could improve my research. Stuff. Hong Kong, yes. Hi, Hong Kong. How are you doing? 61. Let's fix that. Give you 30. Get us some more. You're dropping rather quickly. You're going to be a problem. I liberated you. That's got to count for something. I still haven't looked into that to see what the effects of that are. Because I know liberating, that's got to give you some sort of bonus. World Congress. Maybe it'll say in here about World Congress. Oh, wait, no, go back. World Congress. It's 5. The World Congress represents these diplomatic interactions between multiple parties. Game changing effects. World leader. Designate a world leader if a civilization receives enough support. Then they are no civilization receives support enough to win. The 2 civilizations who receive the most support permanently gain 2 additional delegates. These are social project. These are resolutions. No, there's got to be something that maybe it's not in here. Game concepts, diplomacy, negotiate peace. If you're at war with the Civ, you can discuss peace. Yeah, okay, that's... Press this to exit diplomacy. The fact that that's in there, I find hilarious. Establishing embassies. Establishing embassies is the first diplomatic action available. Embassies are a necessary part of opening borders and other things. Going to war will close an embassy. Negotiating peace. Negotiate peace or negotiating peace. They're two separate entries. And they're not beside each other. Resources and diplomacy. You can trade things. Yeah. No, this isn't. This isn't interesting. This isn't what I was looking for at all. And yeah, city-states doing nothing. Your IPs will tend to revert to 0 over time. If your IPs are 0, they'll reduce by a small amount each turn. If they're negative, if they're positive, they'll increase. If they're negative, they'll decrease. Note that you lose a handful of IPs per turn for each of your units trespassing in a city-state's territory. If you are friends with the city, you can move through your territory with no consequences. Influence levels, war, neutral, friends, and allies. Liberating cities. There it is. If another civ has captured a city-state and you capture it from them, you have the option to liberate that city-state. If you do so, you'll immediately get a huge bunch of IPs from that city-state. In addition, that city-state will always vote for you during world leader elections. Ah, okay. So I don't need to keep him as an ally in order to do the world leader elections. Hong Kong will always elect me for world leader when we get there, regardless of who they're allied with. But for just run-of-the-mill elections, I do need to have them as an ally to keep that going. So, alright, well, that's cool. Now, what about if I liberate a different city? If I liberate a civilization? Is that... Well, I'd imagine that'd be under game concepts, right? Because it definitely wasn't under here. That just gives you civilizations and leaders, which both are good, but not what I'm looking for, really. Game concepts. Okay, so cities. Nope, I don't think it's in there. World Congress. Diplomatic victory. This all depends on delegates. The world leader resolution cannot be progressed by civilization. Instead, every other session of the Congress is dedicated to deciding it. That's once someone's built the United Nations, you can do that. That's not what I'm looking for. No. How to lose, losing your last city, another civilization wins. How to win, dominating victory, destroying an original capital. Destroying an original, you can't do it. No, yeah, it just can't be done. To say anything about bringing someone back from the dead. Liberation, here we go. If you capture a city that belonged to a conquered civilization or city-state, you have the chance to liberate that civilization or city-state, bringing them back into the game. This earns a large amount of admiration from the liberated player, which can be leveraged for an attempt to win diplomatic victory. For a liberated city-state, you will gain a large amount of influence, which goes towards securing them as your ally and gaining more delegates in the World Congress. For a liberated civilization, they will like you much more, and will be much more likely to use their delegates to support you for world leader. Okay, so they're more likely, it doesn't mean they will, you gotta keep them friendly. We have artillery! Good. Do we want to work on archaeology now? Yeah, might as well work on that one. So Aztec and Poland have made a public declaration of friendship. Aztecs have publicly denounced Greece. Good. Simon and the Aztecs have made a public declaration of friendship, forging a strong bond between the two empires. Hanoi's looking for help with their war against Greece. Yeah, cool. Montezuma's no longer providing us cocoa for free. Well, that seems fair. I don't know where the cocoa was here. You missed the cocoa. You could have taken the cocoa, you fool! I might just wait for Ethiopia to completely bog down all of the Aztecs, and then go and just resurrect their capital and be like, "Hi guys, I brought you back. You like me now, right?" Just do that to everybody. Okay, so right, you. No, the Louvre's already been built, hasn't it? Oh no, I haven't unlocked that yet. No, I'm working on it. Ha ha. What did I want you to do? Artillery look pretty quick. How expensive are they? Kind of expensive. But once I'm ready to go to war with Mongolia, they should be pretty quick to produce. And then we'll go and we'll rescue Almaty and Warsaw. Nah. And then we'll go and liberate Rio and resurrect that player. Sidon, Mombasa. Maybe we can liberate Salvador. Who knows? Then we'll move over to Greece and we'll liberate Edirne, because I think that's the one that can be liberated. No one else has made the mistake of conquering city-states, near as I can tell. Everything else seems pretty good. So, we won't have support from everybody, but we will have a lot of support. New Sarai gets a factory. Everybody recommends a factory. I can't blame them. Factory's a good thing to have. Yeah, we're returning production into science, which is good. It is clear to all that you are wise and mighty ruler. I ask that you might also be compassionate towards those who are weak. Because you're just industrialized. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Hanoi's made peace with Genghis Khan, which is good. Perhaps I should wait until after doing the World Fair business. Dila needs a job. Make a privateer. Make 2 privateers. And we'll just have them sitting around inside our territory, but near to spaces that are of consequence to me. Can I improve an atoll? I don't know if I can improve an atoll. Can I improve an atoll? Atoll. Atoll. Atoll! An atoll is a formation. Has no combat modifiers. It yields basic stuff. Atolls are things. Low profile makes storms. Regularly engulf them. Is a little shade of sun. Result experience. It doesn't say. Does Grassland say if it can be? Okay, it tells you what resources are found there. Grasslands. Cities constructed in grasslands will tend to grow faster than cities built elsewhere. It doesn't say. I wonder if I can. Okay, hold on. Workboat. Improvements on water resources like fish. Workboat is consumed in the process. It is defenseless and will be killed if it comes in contact with an enemy. So no, I don't think you do. Don't think you can improve an atoll. But are you using it? No. You're using the fish, though. You're not using half the farms you have, but you're using the fish. So that's not bad. Austria is now the ally of Hanoi. Alexander's made peace with Hanoi. Greece is protected. Announced to the world that is protecting Hong Kong. Greece is the ally of Wellington. Oh, they get around, don't they? And the World Congress, and Austria's up to 7 now. Bugger. The vermin are breeding. Who are you angry about this time? Chill, bro. What was that? Oh, they've denounced Sweden. I mean, Sweden's on the opposite side of Ethiopia. I don't think you have to worry about Sweden right now. No. Montezuma's declared war on Genghis Khan. Genghis Khan's declared war on Montezuma. Oops, got that backwards. Greece has declared war on Montezuma. Alexander. So that happened. Lots of stuff happened. Lots of not very interesting stuff. But we're a couple turns out from having our 3rd factory, and thus being able to decide an ideology, and Gustavus Adolphus has declared war on Montezuma. Well, we knew that was coming too, so that's not terribly surprising. Did you have a city out this way? Like, what's with the roads? I don't know. I'd like to have satellites so I could see all this stuff and understand what's going on. Geneva wants Colombo bullied. Okay. Colombo looked to be faithful. Siam is announcing to protect so-and-so. I mean, last threat was with them. Do I want to trade with you? We both get science out of it. We both get a lot of gold. We both get some religious pressure. It's a lot of gold, though. 18 gold. Trade route overview. Yep, that's working my top 5 trade routes here. Making some good money. Good money. I like that Stockholm is legitimately one of the good routes, and I'm not like hurting myself to try and help Stockholm. Because if we go to the diplomacy overview, we find Gustavus Adolphus, even with the gold per turn he's getting from me and the science he's getting from me, he's still suffering. Still suffering. At least a little bit. Ethiopia has denounced the Aztecs. Well, duh. I don't think that surprises anybody. Zanzibar election has been rigged. Good. It's still in my favor. Aw, yeah. Aw, yeah. Build your own privateer or just focused on wealth or science? Yeah. We get to choose an ideology. Do we want to be an autocracy? Do we want to focus on freedom or order? So, they each get their own little informations. Best victory types: cultural, diplomatic, domination, cultural, diplomatic, science, cultural, domination, science. So we're probably going to want to go with freedom. That's the one that, that's the one that seems good to me. The rate at which great people are born is increased by 25% if you pick that. You can get extra culture from great works, but tourism is unchanged. Specialists consume only half the normal amount of food, so that'll lead to higher growth rates. Chance of rigging elections in city-states doubled. +1 local happiness from every mint, bank, and stock exchange, so that'll be 6 times 18. That'll be 18 extra happiness. Economic union, +3 gold from all your trade routes with other civilizations following the freedom ideology. That one's a bit... You gotta wait and see how many people adopt it first. And +1 local happiness from every national wonder. So that's like the monument and things like that. That doesn't add too much. At level 2, you get a volunteer army, which are 6 units, are maintenance free. And you get 6 foreign legion infantry units immediately. And we're an early adopter, so we get 2 free tenants. If you for urbanization, you get +1 local happiness from every watermill, hospital, and medical lab. We have watermills in 2 or 3 cities, maybe 4. It's not quite everywhere. Combat strength of cities increased by 33%. Specialists in cities produce half the normal amount of unhappiness, and golden ages are 50% longer. That's a good one. Landmarks and great person improvements produce +4 of the appropriate yield. 15% production when producing military units, plus 15% influence when military units gifted to city-states. So that actually makes them a useful gift. 34% tourism generated by cities with a broadcast tower. Gain 4 more influence per turn at standard speed with city-states you have a trade route with. Gain influence per turn with city-states? And that's at standard speed, so it's probably less. It's probably like 1 influence per turn. Made by spaceship parts with gold. So that one sounds pretty good. We'll just quickly fly through here. Purchasing units reduced. Military 66 grant gifts twice as often. Plus tourism with all known civs when a great writer, artist, or musician is born. Spy still technology twice normal rate. +1 happiness from every castle, arsenal, military base. Again, that's going to be 18. Same as previous, and +1 local happiness with every national wonder. That I think we've seen before. +2 local happiness from every barracks, armory, and military academy. So that's 36 extra happiness. we could be quite happy people. +3 movement for Great Generals. Armor units gain 15% attack, +1 movement and ignore enemy zone of control. +3 happiness from every courthouse. Build course doesn't have the usual time. Well, we're not conquering a bunch of people. We don't have courthouses. Reduced unit gold maintenance cost by 33%. Quantity of strategic resources produced is increased by 100%. +5 food, +5 science and capital. Of every... we could have like almost 70 gold iron. Like 70 iron. Wow. 25% production when building military units. New military units start with +15% experience. +15 experience, not 15%. Gain 6 more influence at standard speed per turn with city-states you could demand tribute from. Receive 25% attack bonus to all military units for the first 50 turns after this policy is adopted. So that one, particularly the police state one, or not the police state one, the militarism one, that could be a huge amount of happiness increased. Order, +2 local happiness from monuments. So that would be an extra 12 happiness. +1 happiness from every workshop, factory, and solar, nuclear, or hydro plant. And happiness from every national wonder. +1 happiness from observatories, public schools, and research labs. +1 food, production, science, gold, and culture per city. Okay. New cities start with an extra 3 population. Extra tourism, blah, 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 blah. Extra, blah, 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 blah. This one, we're not going to get as much happiness out of it, but we get happiness from every mint, bank, and stock exchange. We don't have stock exchanges yet. We get extra gold from trade routes to other civs that also have it. That's not huge. We're not going to get a lot of happiness out of this one. From freedom. Apparently freedom isn't very happy. But we could get the volunteer army, which would form a decent defense unit. Or we could just get rid of the Foreign Legion infantry units, sell them off to other people. Especially if we get Arsenal of Democracy to go with it. That wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, I think we'll go with some freedom. We'll adopt some freedom. And we get a couple of free tenants. So you can get everything. You can, but it would take a long time. So what do we want from this? Do we want an extra 6 happiness? Increase our great people. The extra gold doesn't seem overly helpful. We have a handful of national wonders. That would be useful. I don't know how many specialists we have in the Empire, but that would be some. That wouldn't be terrible. Extra culture for every great work isn't the good ones, the ones we want, are up here at tier 2. Those are the ones we want. That one. Yeah, that one's good. I kind of just want to go for the extra happiness here. What is that one? Oh, apparently we have a few of those. So we're up to 43 happiness. People are quite content. Recruit successfully rigged. Zanzibar. Oh, good. So that's continuing as normal. Nobody's been trying to steal from us, or he hasn't been catching anyone. Too much to bear. This situation can only be resolved by battlefield. Join me, my friend. How dare you attempt to declare war on a friend of mine that I resurrected from the dead? And to you. He is small, smaller than you. He is the smallest of the small. Leave him alone. Particularly you, Teresa. He is no threat to you whatsoever. Cruel, cruel leaders. I have no time for their nonsense. And you. He is the smallest of the small. Have some compassion, people. They've denounced Ethiopia. Wellington's completed its project. The amount of influence gained from gold returns to normal. Your declaration of friendship with Austria has run its course. Well, maybe it shall. Maybe it shall run its course. Who says we need them as friends anyways, aside from the long-standing cultural ties between us? I mean, you do a good job of making sure none of my followers get into your cities, despite huge pressure to do so. We've only shared the same land for so many years, it's ridiculous. Although I did sort of snipe a spot off you that I tend to forget about. Hi Aberdeen, how you doing? Having a good time? That's good. Good. That's some good money, some good science. And Austria is trading with us again. And significant happiness. 7 from global social policy happiness, 67 from local happiness, 7 from discover natural wonders. Good, we have you now. So we'll want you to be coastal raiders too. You start with coastal raiders? Well, I guess, yes, that's what makes you a privateer, isn't it? Melee units against naval units. Bonus against cities. Yeah, well, outside of friendly territory. That one sounds good. That one sounds very good to me. Let's bring you around here. Yeah, we'll bring you around here. And you can go ahead and build another privateer, because that seemed to have been a good option. Not really my problem. I gave Stockholm enough units that they can take care of that themselves, and they're good. They're not bad units either. Because you're an ally of Geneva, they grant you their newly acquired dies, which I must be getting from somewhere else as well. So cool. I need to remember not to trade for dies, because yeah, they're giving them to me, and they're still gonna be friends for a little while. Although I didn't liberate them, so I have to keep them on side permanently in order to make sure that they vote with me forever. But Hong Kong I could actually let lapse and not worry about. You've completed Big Ben. Was Big Ben even an option for me to build? When does Big Ben become an option? It was an option to build. Requires commerce. Did I not have that? Oh, that's a social policy, isn't it? Yeah. That's why it did show up. Of course, it's a social policy related thing. Which is fine. That doesn't bother me. Oh, that is nice to see. 42 happiness. Fantastic. Fantastic. And we're only a few turns up from a social policy, which we can put towards ideological tenets, or we can put it towards actual social policies. And as it is, we could get the French Foreign Legion. Well, I guess they'd be the Hunnic Foreign Legion, but we could get the Foreign Legion and the free military, the 6 free military units, which combined with the free maintenance for sitting in cities means we could have quite a few units floating around costing us nothing, unless the ones that are in the cities are the ones that get the free benefits from the legionary thing, which would be annoying. That would be very annoying. And it would speed up our ability to perform our foreign invasion plans. Almaty, Rio, Warsaw, which is around here somewhere, Mombasa, Sidon, and Edirne. That would be not bad at all. Sitting become uneasy at the presence of a nearby barbarian encampment. It's not my problem. Definitely not my problem. Don't know whose problem it is, but it's not mine. So we've got you coming through, you're doing that, you're doing that. I mean, it's not overly exciting, but it is kind of relaxing. It is kind of relaxing. And occasionally there are some interesting things that occur. Some liberations of places, some resurrections of lost empires. That's not a bad thing. Kuala Lumpur wants Samarkand bullied. That's nice for Kuala Lumpur and Samarkand. Aztec and Austria become public friends. They just like each other because they both start with the letter A. That's all they're really after. That's why they don't like me that much. Well, they do like me. You're guarded. You're not particularly happy with me. You're still friendly for some reason. And you're not afraid anymore, which is nice to see, I guess. You're quite friendly. Yeah. Apparently my hanging around for a turn despite saying, no, I'm just passing through, was a bit of an oops. Everyone seems to have remembered it for far longer than I thought they would. And it's impacted far more than just Montezuma, who I thought I would. Oh well. And I'm not getting any production or food out of it, but I am getting the coal, which is good. That is good, yeah. We have a floodplain here. What should we do? Should we build a farm in the floodplain? Or we have farm in deserts? No, let's build a trading post. Because reasons. I mean, it does get gold in, but you're not working it for the gold. You're getting gold out of here, but you're not getting gold out of there. Some people, hey? You just can't win. And we get to reveal antiquity sites. And we get the museum and archaeologists, so we can do that sort of stuff. Construct an archaeological dig. An archaeological dig. Science. We're working on science. A lot of production around here. It's not bad. It is growing very slowly. Cotton and salt to Gustavus, not Adolphus. Gustavus Adolphus, actually. He does get both names. We'll put you on another science kick there as well. And Mr. King of Sweden, Gustavus Adolphus, the Great of Sweden. Always a pleasure to see you in court. Yes, I'm here to trade cotton for salt. You're running a little bit of a deficit there, my friend. Yes, you're happy with that? Good. Good. So we've got 3 cities working on research, and we're 22 years out from the World Congress, which I thought we'd get through a few more turns than this. But there's still time to get through 22 more turns. We're not at war, so it doesn't take too long. Phitsanulok has been captured by Mongolia. Oh, that's up here, isn't it? Oh, that's not where I expected a city to get captured. Right. We'll give you boarding party 1, coastal raider 2. So you need coastal raider 2 or boarding party 2 probably before you can have the heel under sail mumbo jumbo, or heel outside of friendly territory bits. Now you work on wealth. Do I want you to work on wealth? No, I changed my mind. Work on science. Improve research. That was not insignificant. Good stuff. We'll get through the tech tree nice and quick. And Poland has declared war on Sweden. I mean, you guys can make all the declarations of war you want. Oh my, somebody's actually attacking him. Well, that's the barbarians. I hope that's the barbarians. Siam has declared war on Gustavus Adolphus. The Celts have declared war on Gustavus Adolphus. Do I need to give him the units necessary to swat you all? We've got archaeology. We can do a thing. Electricity gives us aluminum, police stations, stock exchange, and hydro plants. But biology gives us an extra trade route, wells, oil, and hospitals, which are good. So we'll work on that one. You've declared war. An antiquity site has been discovered near Attila's court. Good. And that's the same one. Okay, yeah. We got a couple out here. Last trading post. That's an antiquity site. Cool. So why don't we change your production to something a little more interesting. And we'll speed that up. And bring you down. And we'll change our production to a museum. Like this is butchering the science. We were over 400. We lost a lot of science swapping over to this sort of production. But there you go. Maria Theresa's declared war on Gustavus Adolphus. Really, guys? What are you hoping to achieve here? A lot of public declarations from Siam. I'm guessing they finally made peace with Greece and they've since declared protection of all the city-states of the world. And there we go. Aha! So, create a great work which will be placed in the Hermitage. Start a golden age. Well, create a great work in that case. Yeah, do that. The Upaupa Sneklud. Sure. And you can just chill here. And we will produce a museum. And we'll go through some of these things so we can see what's going on. So, Maria Theresa Claiborne, Alexander and Ramkhamhaeng have made peace, which means that Alexander's made peace with and Ramkhamhaeng has made peace with Riga, Yerevan, Kuala Lumpur, Ormus, Bucharest, Buenos Aires, Byblos, Samarkand, and Monaco, and has thus declared it is protecting all of these city-states. Ormus seeks technologies. Samarkand seeks technologies. We are no longer providing open borders with Siam. Oh, you need to be... You waited a couple turns. I'll say yes, in the hopes that you want to, set up a trade agreement. Oh, you shush. Not a trade agreement. Research agreement. Shush you two. I don't care about you at all. Sorry about that. But... get over it. I don't care about Greece. Hello, everybody. Yes, no, I don't want to look at the screen at all. Oy. Yeah, you can get over it too. I don't care. Yes, I need to swap Dila over to a museum. Which will be good. Good to build a museum. You'll be done the museum real quick, and then you can produce archaeologists. At least a few of them, anyways. Cargo ship. Just double check. Whip. St. Polten to Vienna. St. Polten to Teotihuacan has overtaken Dila to Stockholm, but I'm going to keep Dila to Stockholm because I like trading with Stockholm. But yes, you can continue to trade with Vienna. That's pretty good. Again, nobody's trading with me. I'm trading with everybody else. Now, Dila, before I forget, build a museum. What does a museum do anyways? +1 culture, and it can hold great works of art or artifacts. That's not bad. Now then, do we have any... Right, yes, you. Hello. So we've got a antiquity site here. We have an antiquity site here. We have an antiquity site here. Do we have any down here? We got one down here. Way down here. We got one up here. None here. Do we have any over here? Because we had some pretty good battles over here. We got one way over here. Don't suppose there'll be any in here I can snipe off, hey? Oh, there's one up here. Could go and work that one over. Any in Austria that I can see? No. Any over here? Well, probably not, because you're on a coastal island. No one can get to you. Oh, but there's one down here. Oh. Well, how about that? Well, we've got a few to do. Bucharest believes that we could prosper from a trade route. Geneva is no longer... Geneva's almost not my ally. Well, I still need to keep Geneva on board, so we'll gift them some money. That's not a terrible thing to do. Not at all. And we'll produce some museums. And we'll be able to construct wells. Not offshore wells, but wells. Offshore wells come later, I think. Yeah. Refrigeration. Takes its time, this game does. Doesn't rush into anything. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 archaeologists. Or archaeologists who can manage 4 digs anyways. Just for the mainland here. And there's one up here. One up here. So that's 8 pretty much within my territory. What's this about? Most wonderful people. The people with the most world wonders. We're in 3rd. Montezuma's in last. Gustavus Adolphus has more wonders than Montezuma. What do you even have? Wow. Wow, Montezuma, you suck. And Hong Kong gave me a mission. What was that? They want silk. Everybody wants silk. I want silk at this point. Don't have any silk. Yee. Got a decent sized navy with privateers and frigates. Got cavalry, riflemen, Gatling guns and engineers and great generals and all sorts of good stuff. Wellington's declared war on Montezuma because Montezuma has a new ally. No. Wellington has a new ally. It's Greece. Oh, how's that faring for the World Congress? Well, good. You're back in the same spot as me, but he's got quite a few. He's got quite a few friends. Nobody else really has any friends. And I'm not quite at the position of buying out all the city-states of the world. So, gonna relax on that one. But yeah, a couple antiquity sites that are legitimately inside my borders. I don't think I see any others. Nope, doesn't look like it. And then you're just outside, and that's basically mine. Which is all good. And there's one over here, one here, and one there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wants Protestantism. Well, that's nice. Gustavus Adolphus has made peace with Wellington. I thought he'd made an ally. No. Oh my! Oh dear. Oh very dear. Austria, could you not attack Stockholm? Because he's like tiny. He's minuscule in the state of the world. Don't make me go back there and liberate them again. I will. I will. I will go and liberate them. Don't make me do it. Maybe I can talk him out of it. Austria. Let's discuss... oh yeah, our defensive pact is broken, isn't it? Make peace. No desire to go to peace with this player. Well, fine. Don't make me join his war. Because you've left the heartland open. And I could burn you to the ground. Admittedly, you know, we're pretty much at the same point, technologically speaking. So, I wouldn't have that big of an advantage. But I do have artillery. Well, I don't have artillery, but I can make artillery quite quickly. And I don't want to have anything to do with you. Go away. You are not wanted here. I don't see that Stockholm's doing anything overly bothersome for anybody, but, you know, I'm not on that side of the world most of the time. And, Boudica has entered the industrial era. And we have a new musician in Sarai, who can create a great work, which will be put in the Opera House of Rec. Do that. Eine kleine Nachtmusik. A small night music. Okie dokie. How are we doing on the old... We are rising slowly. And we are rising quickly with Sweden, who already consider us exotic. Which doesn't do a whole lot for us, and Poland considers us exotic. We're not really growing in terms of anybody else. Ethiopia is the one who's actually making significant progress on anybody. How do they view us? We consider them exotic, and they are rising slowly. That's less great. Alright, well, we'll get in another turn here, and then we'll call it for the day. Get that arsenal built. We've almost got the museum. And we're getting closer to that World Congress that we've been looking forward to for some time, where we get the World Fair. But that is not yet to be, unfortunately. Not yet to be. We got Greek privateers showing up. Yeah, that'll be next time. As will the completion of our museums and some archaeologists to do some diggings and get us some more material, like stuff. Apparently a museum's easier to make than a factory, so do that. So pretty much everyone's working on a museum except for New Sarai. We could just buy them a museum. That's not going to be terrible, but for now, we'll leave it here. And until next time, have a good one.